Okay, we are once again on today's 4 Minute Mark talking about the woman who anointed Jesus at Bethany. And we have here Jesus saying that she poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial. Did this woman know that that's what she was doing? Was she symbolically preparing Jesus' body for burial? Um, Probably not, but maybe she did because Jesus had told his followers he was going to Jerusalem to die. Maybe she was doing that. Maybe it was just, I want to give a gift to Jesus. How can I want to show Jesus how much he means to me. How can I do that? I have this expensive perfume. I'm going to waste it, quote unquote, on him to show how much he means to me. But Jesus is saying God is using this as a prophecy. God can use anything that we do. And God is giving it more meaning, saying she is preparing me for burial. And then he says that I tell you the truth, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her. It is okay to say that you appreciate what Christians have done. Sunday school teachers, Christian friends who helped you in a time of crisis, pastors who preached sermons that reached you, music people in church who get up and do a moving song. It is okay to thank them for it. Yes, God is ultimately given the glory because he's the one that gave them the abilities and the opportunities, the talents and whatever in the first place, and we know that. But the Bible also says it's okay to encourage people. And here Jesus is basically saying, wherever the gospel is preached, this woman will be remembered. And she is, of course, because she's right here in the Gospel of Mark. And then we read about Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, going to the chief priests to betray Jesus to them. And they were delighted to hear this and promised to give him money. So he watched for an opportunity to hand him over. In Mark's Gospel, it is not the case that Judas is someone who just wants more money, and that's why he goes to the Pharisees. How much money can you give me? Okay, in Mark's Gospel, and I think Mark phrases it this way, in Mark's Gospel, the point is made that Judas already wanted to betray Jesus. So he goes to the chief priest with the intention of betraying Jesus, and the money is just icing on the cake. Okay, the important part that Mark is trying to make here is that Judas' heart was already turned against Jesus when he went to the chief priest. It wasn't that he went there going, well, maybe I could help you betray Jesus, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Can you sweeten the deal a little bit for me? No, the fact was that he had already set his heart to betray Jesus when he went there, and the money was just the icing on the cake. Okay, we'll go on verse 12 and following. On the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, when it was customary to sacrifice the Passover lamb, Jesus' disciples asked him, where do you want us to go and make preparations for you to eat the Passover? So he sent two of his disciples, telling them, go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him. Say to the owner of the house he enters, the teacher asks, where is my guest room where I may eat the Passover with my disciples? He will show you a large upper room, furnished and ready. Make preparations for us there. The disciples left, went into the city, and found things just as Jesus had told them, so they prepared the Passover. This is similar to Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem, and I'll say the same thing here that I said back then. Maybe Jesus had already made arrangements with this man, send a servant out about this time of day, my disciples will be coming, have him, be carrying water, and prepare a place, all the rest of that. Or it could be that this was, again, a sense that God is providing, is a miraculous thing, if you will. But the main point, however you want to interpret that, is Jesus is always the one in charge. And he's in charge of where they're going to eat Passover. He's even in charge when he's arrested and crucified. Okay, that's it for today. Bye-bye.